You know when your grandpa is sitting on the porch overlooking the sunset, and when you go outside to see how he's doing, he tells you to come over and sit down on his lap as he tells you a story? A story about how he went somewhere and during his time there he learned a very valuable life lesson? I hope this video doesn't turn out to be a modern version of that scenario, and I don't turn out sounding like your grandpa. But to be honest, my time here in Rome has been a powerful, influential experience on the rest of my college career, and probably my life. College is where you learn not just how to find the derivative of a polynomial equation, or when the capital of Italy was initially moved to Rome. When you're put in a place you know very little about with a language barrier and a whole different kind of people, all while starting a new chapter in your life, you also learn a lot about yourself, how you deal with situations, and how well you can adapt to them. There are going to be a few occasions, maybe dozens for some of us in life, when we will be put in an unfamiliar and uncomfortable situation and we'll have to find our way through it. My experience in Rome taught me about how to deal with situations like these. I've never really been away from home on my own. My family and I travel to India on vacation every summer, and I've gone on a few vacations around the world, but they've always been by my side. Although my experience wasn't all lollipops and unicorns and anything else you'd find inside a 4-year-old mind, it had its fair share of positives and negatives. For one, I missed my family within the first 2 weeks of arriving in Rome. They were my big source of support, and although they were only a phone call away, not having them around bummed me out. In addition, as soon as I stepped into my microeconomics class, I started worrying and sweating. In the 15 minutes that the professor lectured on our first day, every single bullet point of notes that I took was copied off the person sitting next to me because I couldn't understand a single word coming out of his mouth with that heavy Italian accent. In addition, I got an infection that created a hole in my neck. I had to be in and out of the hospital several times. But as all those events that seemed horrible transpired, I learned a lot. Sometimes when our ego is too big, it gets in the way. And when we need help, sometimes we can't admit to ourselves we need help. But if we push our ego aside, then it'll do us a lot of good. In the past, I've had a lot of trouble doing this. However, going through all those events, if I hadn't learned to let go, then I don't know where I'd be. If I hadn't talked to my roommates about how I miss home, if I hadn't texted the doctor at the hospital countless questions, if I hadn't asked my microeconomics professor to repeat things several times, then I wouldn't be telling you about how amazing my semester at Rome was. And now I've learned that whenever there is help, you should use it, even if you think you don't need it. So now let me tell you, and let me sound like your grandpa and say this, kiddo, if I've learned one thing from my time here, it's that whenever there is help, even if you don't think you need it or should use it, never be afraid or embarrassed to ask for help.